Morning folks, Kevin here. Well, it's December 2nd, 2017. Sorry, it's been a while still. We've had some very windy, rainy, snowy weather, so it's been a real challenge. Each time I wanted to get this out, I got it out several times, but the audio was just absolutely terrible, unfortunately, each time. So I did shoot a little bit of the GoPro footage of some of the things around, and I'll try to get, and I did shoot some video going over some of the wood chips and all that I mentioned in the last video. But today I thought I'd share with you what I've been working on intermittently between the weather and working inside is doing some pruning of our thornless blackberries. So I'm going to turn the camera around and just spend a couple minutes talking about the thornless blackberries that we grow here. So we have several rows of thornless blackberries. These are ones that I already pruned. Unfortunately, last year I did not prune the blackberry plants. These ones I just got done pruning a short time ago, the last couple of days. These ones I pruned 2 days ago. Same as these ones here. And unfortunately, last year I just didn't get the time to get out here and prune these berry plants very well. So what cultivars are these thornless blackberries? So they are thornless, which makes them a pleasure to work with. These are semi-erect or vining forms of thornless blackberries. And just walk by here for a second, and you can see I didn't get to pick up a lot of the ones that I pruned off out here yesterday. Let's get down here, and I'm just about done doing these, so I'll be able to finish these up today. So semi-erect, they can just bush out to the sides and get really out of control. They produce, these ones are, this is a triple crown, very sweet, very large blackberries. But one of the reasons you consider these to be vining, some of these limbs are, well, the base of the plant is right over here, and this one goes down, and it's been pruned once this year. I pruned off the ends here already, so that's about 12 feet, maybe about 15-foot long vine after it had been pruned earlier this year, just because these get out of hand. The vines will go, these are 12 foot apart, each one of these rows. The vines will actually cross right across here and make them impassable. So it really is important to prune these either in the spring or in the fall. And these are ones that would probably benefit from getting pruned throughout the year. So these are both chesters and triple crowns, both of which are semi-erect vining species, produce abundant crops of berries. I think that each plant can produce a couple of gallons of berries. I don't know what the max is yet. We have issues with the deer coming through here every day, and not only eating the berries when the berries are here, and even the other creatures eat them as well. The birds are in here eating the berries as well. But eventually I'll get a fence up over this whole area, and this is another area that I'm prepping for other berry producing plants up here, which I'll go over in another video. But that's what I've been doing the last couple of days, is pruning the blackberries. These have both primal canes and floral canes, so and I should mention that many of these plants, so these, all right, sorry I'm not really being fluid with my discussion today. So this plant, this one, and this one, these ones weren't chopped off and eaten to the ground by the deer. And therefore, as a result, they did okay. The couple of the plants over here were eaten off, and I replanted these a year ago. So these are their second year of growth. This last season was their second year. And they'll look like these ones next year, as long as they don't get eaten right down to the ground. And I've already pulled out all of those dead canes, the ones that were florocanes, and we have predominantly the primocanes, which will flower and produce lots of berries next year. With these guys, we don't do any fertilization. There's no irrigation in this area. We're capturing all the moisture, as we've talked about before, on the other side of the food forest over here, the other side of the driveway. It's heavily mulched, but below that is all of the hugelkultur pits, which really capture and provide a subterranean moisture to this whole area, which has worked out very, very well. So it sounds like I'm just rambling here, but I just wanted to share with you the blackberries, pruning them off. They're a vining species. They're semi-erect. You really need to have two support wires, so I'm just using a rather heavy gauge electrical fence wire, and using that with T-posts to support them. And I'm tying them up, really cutting them down to the couple or few of the strongest canes, cutting off all of the side branches. I will leave some of the side branches. Typically you would leave maybe 1.5 feet of the lateral branches sticking out, and they'll send off all their little shoots and produce an abundance of berries. I'm not interested in producing more berries in the next year. I'm interested in producing the healthiest, strongest plants that I can. We already produced far more berries this last year than what we can use. Our freezers are full. So it's really getting these plants in great shape. And these are some of the berry plants that I've sold as bare roots in the past. So just a little update on the blackberry bushes that we have. Any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll eventually produce another video that addresses the comments and questions. When things slow down, now that we're into December, hopefully I can get the rest of the things caught up in the gardens, so that I can get back inside and start answering some of the great questions that I've had recently in response to the videos. So thanks so much for watching, folks. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on what's going on here and all. Have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye-bye now.